Warning: the following podcast contains violent scenes that may be unsettling to some listeners. Listener discretion is advised. In the fall of 1987, four men find themselves reunited with childhood friends for the first time in 10 years. They are drawn together by the mysterious death of a mentor they all cared for together as children. World of Darkness: The Ultimate Evil is a first edition Chronicles of Darkness game that takes place in Bismarck, North Dakota, and is inspired by the Satanic Panic of the 1980s. Remembrance is the first story arc that follows Alex, played by Adam B., Wayne, played by Adam C., Che, played by Andrew, and Michael, played by Slavic, as they discover the mysteries that surround them in their hometown. If you would like to contact us, you can reach us on Twitter at twin_cities_VTM or on Facebook at Twin Cities by Night. We hope you enjoy.
You guys are at the bar. Don't worry, Carla told, mind you, because you're kind of the guy who runs the night, the shift there. And Sunday nights are slow anyways, Alex. So as you guys walk in, right away, you see Carla come up to Alex. And it's almost like Alex has this weird issue with women always confront him, it seems like, So as you guys all like kind of walk into the bar together, because you meet in the parking lot, she goes beeline straight to Alex. You guys know Carla she was the waitress, who talked to you two when you guys were talking to Mike. And Mike, you obviously are familiar. And she kind of looks up at you and she's like, "You okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine, Carla. Thanks for letting me crash on your couch. I owe you some aspirin.
I didn't really have a choice. You kind of decided to crash there on your own, but it's okay. Do you need some water or anything?
Can I get a coffee?
Don't worry. I talked to Chad and I told him that you wouldn't be making it in, that you had the flu, so he's none the wiser. And she kind of like turns around and walks off. And she kind of like motions towards the table that you guys sat at. She's like, "I'll bring it over there." And that's kind of like the table that Mike has sat at both times with both different groups that you kind of have found to become where you guys usually hover to when you go there.
Okay. Thanks, Carla.
She just kind of like rolls her eyes and walks off. You can kind of tell she's a little annoyed, but like still has that emotional tie to you in a way that isn't exactly reciprocated, which is understandable. But she definitely is concerned and caring about you. So cool. Scene's on you four. Go ahead.
All right, Alex will pull up a chair at the table and sit down, pull out a cigarette and light it.
I'll probably start with, okay, so I'll take out my, notepad or something. So I took a look into Amanda's case. I obviously couldn't find that much because, it's a California case and this is just Bismarck. But I also took a look into Charlie Dunn's and Dora Bates's background. So, murder case first. So it's still an open case. There was assumed that there was perhaps maybe some sexual motive or something. Close people to her were investigated. Her husband spent a lot of time with her. A week ago, she had an argument at a law firm where she worked as a receptionist with some sort of darker-haired, taller male. Okay, that's lead number one. Lead number two, lead no lead. Charlie Dunn has no records, no tax records, no anything here in Bismarck. Absolutely nothing.
Maybe he was a drifter.
Maybe. Maybe it's not his real name, but, And finally, Dora Bates. She's married to Johnny Wan. Permanent residence is Prairie View Apartments. Some of you may know what a horrible place that is. And she was charged with prostitution 3 or 4 years ago.
Which, by the way, prostitution is like, in Bismarck, you guys are like, that's odd. Like, that shit you see on TV, like on Hill Street Blues, or you know what I mean? Or like Taxi Driver or something to that extent. You really don't hear about that too much. And
was she charged in Bismarck? Did it happen, or did it happen somewhere else?
She was charged in Bismarck, and that's a good question. I'm glad you asked that. She was actually charged for pulling tricks at a truck stop. The truck stop's name is Huskies. It's like a truck stop diner that's off of the northeast side of town, off of I-94, Interstate 94. and and that's actually only like a mile from the Prairie View Apartments. And when I say Prairie View Apartments, like I'm not trying to make it sound like a South Central LA, but for Bismarck and for that area, it's obviously kind of low. It's a HUD housing. It's low income apartments for people who are on like welfare and financial assistance and stuff like that. It's somewhere like that specifically caters to people who can't pay that much and rent. And so
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess we can follow up on that and go and ask some questions.
Yeah, we can go there, and I think another lead that might be interesting is her husband.
They don't live together?
I meant Amanda's husband.
Oh, you found out stuff on him too?
No, you didn't have any luck.
No. But I think it would still be worth talking to him now that I think about it, one way or another. I'm not saying he's a suspect or anything.
Is all this still like open?
Yes. I'll answer them. It's open, but it's a cold case. You know what I mean? Like there's tons of cases that are always, you know what I mean, not solved, and they're just probably never going to get solved. And this isn't like an active investigation going on in this case. Like pretty much California chalked it up to, we think it was some sexual deviant who, you know what I mean? Around that time, a lot of people thought, Charlie Manson, Ted Bundy, you know what I mean? All these like, it was starting to be in the limelight, and they just kind of chalked it up to something like that. But it's obviously a case that's not be worked on, because really, in the end, unfortunately, who would care about, you know what I mean? Some small town girl who kind of was in the area like that something happened to, just kind of got lost in the river of time, So, but all right, that's one way. The apartments, that's one way to go.
Well, let me go with you. I just, I don't know, I'm feeling kind of restless. I need to do something.
Yeah, I understand.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
You remember Jay Bishop?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not at the halfway house anymore. He's gone.
What happened to him?
According to the folks there that I talked to, he's wanted again, so he split. He just disappeared a few days ago.
Damn.
But I guess...
He honestly didn't strike me as someone who'd just run away.
Nah, he didn't. He was too big on that whole getting right with the Lord crap he was spewing.
Honestly, I just think he wasn't smart enough to run.
Yeah, I can see that too. But yeah, he's gone. But they said that there's a warrant and that the cops were by looking for him. Maybe you can dig into that.
Yeah, I'll take a look into that. I think that shouldn't be a problem. But that's strange. That's very strange.
Yeah, it is.
I don't like it one bit.
I'm gonna tell them all. So I was able to get in touch with that real estate agent who's selling the house. I met him down there. He was pretty eager to show me the inside and try to get me interested. I have a memory about that house. Just like it's just something small, but it's just something. And I mean, after going through it and getting a look at everything, for the most part, it's just a house. Nothing too weird, but I just got these feelings. And when I tried to talk to him, he just seemed way too eager to try to get me interested in this place. I wasn't able to really pry any information out of him. So that's all I got. Kind of a dead end as far as I'm concerned.
How much did he want for the place?
Out of character, I don't remember the exact number, but I'll just tell him what the guy had offered me. He was trying to give me a deal if I would just agree to it right away. I kind of gave him, yeah.
It was 300. It was originally asked for 500. He dropped it to 350. He's like, you know what though? If you do it without signing your wife and you do it now, then we'll do 300. That's what he said.
I mean, I know it's his job and everything, but this guy just seemed really eager to try to get me interested in this place. Something seemed kind of up with it, but I wasn't able to get him to tell me what he knows.
They just know, it's something weird's going on.
I mean, I felt weird in the place, but who wouldn't after what happened, right?
You guys have all shared what you've done and everything. What do you guys think the best first step to kind of go down? I think Che had an idea about going to where the apartment where Dora and Johnny live and trying to take that route. What do you guys think?
I think we should go see if we can find out about Dora. Maybe check out the apartment. But I was just curious, did Alex tell Mike about like the license plate number or
No, I haven't.
All right.
Jake definitely has, like, especially in the 80s. I have a gun rack in the back of his Jeep.
Oh yeah,
so.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, you're probably rolling along like, for hunting,
Mhm.
and everything like that. So what's up? What are you guys doing?
Are we gonna go
Guys
down
all-
as a group? Do we want to like all hop in and chase Jeep again or something?
If you can,
Sounds like fun.
put up with living on a prayer.
Who can't?
Oh, of
dude?
course, dude.
Yeah. All right. What do you, Alex and Mike, think about that?
I don't want
You
to
guys there?
scare them. If all 4 people just appear at the apartments.
Well, yeah. I mean, you all don't have to be like knocking on the door together, or you know what I mean, like, or And I don't want to tell you guys what to do or anything like that, but I'm sure there's a way that you all can go there and it not be like a goon squad. Not everyone has to stand by the door.
Out of character, I have like a bit of streetwise. So would I maybe know about this bad neighborhood? Like maybe I buy my weed there or something like that. I don't know.
Well, that's a very good. You know what? That's a very good idea because
I actually
Alex
have a shitload of street.
Yeah, Alex, that's a good point. You would know that this place is like kind of like party central. It's either like Native Americans or poor white people who live here. Che, you're kind of like, what's this place? You really don't. You know what I mean? You don't know too much about it. I would say that you do too, Alex, but you never really spent more time there. But we could say you definitely get your weed from there. That we can do that there. Does that sound good to all you guys?
Yeah.
His dealer lives in one of the apartments.
I just lives in one of the apartments there.
Let's roll.
All right.
Want to take 2 cars, maybe?
I don't mind going
you guys
down
can
in
do
a
that.
separate car. I mean, cool with that.
All right. Cool
Yeah,
beans,
we can
do that.
take 2 different cars and then like have some people so that we're not like scaring someone. We can have somebody just wait out in like the lot or something. Just
Or we can have to talk to people or neighbors or something.
Yeah.
So you guys hop into 2 separate vehicles. I take it Che's Jeep, maybe Mike's car. I don't know what you guys decide. It's not really too critical. But as you guys are driving down, you guys are driving to get there. You eventually kind of have to pass the same neighborhood as the Capitol grounds, but you got to go further north. And you're driving along further north, and it's kind of an odd placement for these apartments because they are like at the very edge of a middle class like residential area. Like how the houses on that 4th Street and by the Capitol are smaller and we're kind of built like track homes in the 50s, but not like in a negative meaning, but like we're kind of cookie cutter. These homes that you guys are coming upon were built like in the 70s and the early 80s. They're kind of like bigger a little bit and a little bit newer in style, But you guys are driving past them and you're coming down along a road that's kind of busier. You're getting to the edges almost of the northeast side of Bismarck. Like you guys were down south where it was industrial. You know what I mean? I talked about all that. This northern side, it's like as soon as you get to the edge of this, where these houses were built, here's these 4 apartment buildings, square, and past that there's Interstate 94 that cuts through the plains, almost like a slash from a knife, and then you see like a truck stop that's there. That truck stop, Mike? That's the Huskies truck stop. And you see kind of like the huge like a sign that says Huskies and it has like a Phillips 66 and and it sticks out like a sore thumb in the darkness. You can kind of see cars are coming along. Now it's not super close, but it's like 5 miles or 4 miles away. As you roll into the parking lot of one of the buildings, you see like a bunch of older cars, especially type that you drive, Wayne. You see that there's lights on in some of the windows. It's a 3-story, and the apartment complex has siding, like brown wooden siding, but like it's a deep, deep, deep brown, like a chocolate brown, but it's flaked. The paint is starting to flake off. And you see in front of the apartment doors, there's 2 glass doors that you can open to get in, right? As you pull in the parking lot, though, you can see you see the apartment complex in front of you, and you see where side view of another one, because like I said, they form a square, they put together these 4 buildings, and you can see through the one that's in front and you see through the one that's here, and you can see the courtyard in the back, I guess. I don't want to call it courtyard, but it's like you can see grass, you can see there's like a little dingy playground, and you see like people hanging out in the back and they're drinking just talking or hanging out by like 1st-story windows that face the back. Like they have the screen windows open, the kind of people are lounging and doing their thing. As you guys get out of the car, you can't help but notice, and even when you're driving into the parking lot, you hear the crunch, not only of the gravel, but also of the glass, from broken beer bottles. Especially when you get out, you see like that brown, the color of brown glass and green glass that kind of just like reflects off of the lights of like the dome light that's inside the car, the headlights as you turn off the headlights. It's almost like a glitter or that's thrown about, but like a poverty glitter, that represents poverty. Mike, you know this place, man. You've been here, like I said. You've dealt with domestic calls. You can already hear like music that's playing from different apartments and stuff like that. Your mother's like, "Get your ass inside, you fucking brat!" like screaming from the windows, or dinner time, or just hollering, or someone shouting, like singing along to music or whatever, because it echoes. Like you're not like right on it, right? Because I would say like even these apartment complexes like 300 feet in length, so these are big, apartment complexes. So the back courtyard is almost like 400 by 400 by 400. So there's a lot of, space out there to do stuff with. As you get out of the car, you see like 8 kids. They're like on BMX bikes. And these are like scroungy looking kids, man. They're either like Native American or they're white. And you see like rat tails that were like the sign in, but they look like they have like a layer of dirt and, just from like being kids. They're wearing like fluorescent like colors, like bright neon yellows or oranges on their shirt, or they got like, one of them has like a Guns N' Roses shirt on and the other has like a Motley Crue shirt on, and they're just kind of like giving you guys the one over, because as you get out of the car, because it's almost like these kids know when you don't belong in here. They know these people. This is like their territory. You get a sense. I want you guys to give me a wits and composure roll, please. Everyone, yep, wits and composure roll. What did you get, Wayne?
3, I think.
All right. And what did you get, Andrew?
2.
2? All right. What did you get, Alex?
3.
3. And what did you get, Mike?
1.
Alex and Wayne, you have this moment where you're both looking at the kids, and you kind of like both your eyes like connect. You have an awkward moment where like you turn and look, and you kind of like zone in on each other's eyes, have that uncomfortable eye contact that happens sometimes, and you both kind of like have this memory of like riding your bikes like these kids, almost like to the point like you're being chased, and you have this moment where you stare at each other, and like both your heart rates like start like do 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 do, like almost like you just got done running, and you're staring at each other, and it seems like a good like 10 minutes goes by, even though it's not 10 minutes, but it's almost you hear like the of pedals being pedaled, and you hear like the sound of your breath and the panic, and you have this memory of when you're kids and you're on your bikes with each other, and you look to each other and almost like Alex is laughing out of fear, and you Wayne are almost like about to start crying, but it's like almost like it's like you're being torn between 2 different timelines here. One from when you're riding your bikes to each other and you're looking at each other to left and right out of panic, and then at this moment where you're staring at each other, and it's almost like a huge slap in the face. Mike and Che, you look at the 2 and you kind of see the 2 just are like staring at each other for a little bit here. Not 10 minutes. I made it sound like to them it seems like you know what I mean, like 10 minutes. But you guys are standing there looking around, then you look and you kind of like you can see that stuff there too.
I don't know if I'm gonna say anything because I can't tell that he's
Well, I mean he's staring right at. Yeah, you can't tell.
Yeah, we're both just staring at each other. Obviously, it stirred something up in both of us, but I don't know the extent about it with him, so I'm just gonna try to just brush that off. But it's definitely feeling a little startled by that.
Mike, as you're sitting there, you kind of see these kids are just looking at you. You kind of see they're snickering. So you, Mike, are familiar with that. The guy lives in apartment 106, right? Mm-hmm. And you know it's not the building that you guys are facing, but it's the building that's to the left that's like you're seeing the side view from. And you know that you could tell, I mean, like you said, you've been here so often, you could tell that the odd number face towards the courtyard in the back, right? So as you're sitting there looking, you could kind of guess, yep, because the which are in the middle are larger than the normal apartments. You know what I mean? And you see the kids ride off, and they're riding around, and they're going towards the back. You can hear the pedals and the spokes and the tires going, and you see them go, and then they roll up, and there's like some kids that look to be a little older than them that are standing around like where 106, where you think it would be the window, and you see that slid open, and you see a guy that has like longer blonde hair to the back of his neck, has like glasses on. You see him like laughing and hooting and everything, and he's like kind of passing a beer amongst these teenagers, a couple beers as he's sitting there drinking.
So, are we gonna split up?
Sure.
Well, I wanna knock on their apartment and talk to Dora and Johnny if we can find them.
Bro, just to interrupt, I'm sorry. You kind of get the feeling that you not that you're 100% sure, but from your guesstimation, that might be, you could guess be Johnny or whoever lives in 106.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that guy that's interacting with the kids out there.
I'm gonna hang back and smoke a cigarette, but stay close enough that Mike is still maybe within eyesight, because
Okay.
it seems like it's kind of like a tense situation, and I don't want to stray too far, but I also don't want to just be completely out of the scene, you know?
Subconsciously, Alex is going to start scratching his arms right around where the track marks used to be.
So you're kind of staying behind too. You're gonna like stay by the car and everything for now, at least, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then I guess it's you and me.
Yeah. Okay. Let's
All
go
right.
talk to Johnny.
So are you gonna go around to the back to where you think he's hanging out his window? Which way you're gonna go about?
Let's go out the back.
So you two, Wayne and Alex, see the side of the apartment, you have a clear shot to where they're walking, right? So you guys, Che and Michael, are walking out of the parking lot. You're walking forward. You walk over a little sidewalk that's going perpendicular to where you're going, and then you walk into some grass because you got to kind of like walk into some grass. There's a sidewalk that's like 5 feet that way, but to where you're beelining to that window where that guy is, there's about 6 feet between the apartment building and the sidewalk that would be around the courtyard in the back there, right? You walk past this pine tree. You hear you go from hearing the crunch to step on the sidewalk to now you're walking through grass. You can kind of hear the of grass. As you're walking up, you can hear more like Kiss coming through the speakers of this apartment, like Detroit Rock City, that kind of stuff. And you can see there's these, as you're getting closer, you see there's those 8 kids that were kind of 8, 9, 10 are kind of trying to encroach a little bit slowly to where these older boys who look like to be 13, 14 with mullets and with ripped off sleeve tank tops or anything to that extent. There's about 4 of them are laughing like prepubescent boys are. And you can really get close. You can see the figure that's leaning out. His hair's kind of greasy. He has a deep, deep tan that almost like a construction worker in a way would have. And he has a sleeveless shirt on and his shirt's off, excuse me. You can see it's like here and then just really tan, on his arms and on his neck and everything like that. And so you hear him you're like, hey, Johnny, can I get another beer from you, man? And you can see the 8-year-olds are trying to get closer, they want to get in on it. But when the 13-year-olds say that, it's like, fuck yeah, you can. And he turns around and you see a beer come shooting out of the window, and one of the kids catch it, and he's all laughing when he opens it, and it kind of sprays a little bit. And then you see him come back out, lean out the window, and he's holding a bottle of Jack Daniels in his hand, he's taking swigs off that, and he's smoking a cigarette. You can smell weed also coming from the apartment in a way, but he's just kind of sitting there leaning, drinking, he's in a way socializing with these kids. Go ahead, scene's on you guys.
Okay, so I kind of, whenever I see the beer go flying and a kid catch it, I kind of look at Michael because I'm I know he's a cop, and I'm just wondering how he's gonna take this. So I'm gonna let him kind of walk ahead of me just to see what he's gonna do, kind of follow his lead on that.
Yeah, so I think I'll walk up to Johnny, and I'll ask, "Yeah, Johnny?"
And he kind of looks, he's a little startled. He's like, who's asking? You can see the kids when they see you say that, and he says that, you can see all of a sudden they're disengage mode. Bikes are getting backed up. You know what I mean?
Let's get out.
Yeah. You can see and you can see a trail of bikes start coming towards you two. And I'm going to leave it at that before we go back to him. But you, Alex, and Wayne can see the bikes are starting to they're starting to come towards you. But go ahead. I'm sorry. He's like, yeah, who's asking?
We are.
And he's looks at you, and he's a little. You can see he's a little taken back, and he goes from leaning to kind of just standing up a little bit. He's about 5'8", maybe 125, 130 pounds. He's not an imposing figure whatsoever. And you can see he's just holding his bottle, he's almost forgotten about the bottle. You can smell the fumes of Jack Daniels on him. I'm Johnny, I suppose. I want no trouble here at all, man.
Well, then I guess you're gonna have to answer our questions then, won't you?
What do you mean? What kind of questions are we talking about here, man?
While he's talking, I'm gonna take out a pack of cigarettes, take out a cigarette, and gesture to him. You want one?
Yeah, fucking A, I do. And he takes a damn cigarette. He's like, let me get him. You got a lighter?
For him too. Yeah.
And you can see his hands are shaking a little bit, and he takes. He's like, so who are you guys? What kind of questions are you trying to ask?
Well, okay, so I'll tell him about his wife having an argument with Amanda.
Dora? That bitch? Fuck her. Fucking cunt.
What'd she do?
What doesn't she do? Who doesn't she do is the fucking question. Goddamn stupid bitch. Fucking get all into that crystal shit and fucking pulling tricks and goddamn that fucking whore. What a goddamn waste of time. Ugh.
You guys don't live together anymore?
I don't even know where that bitch is, man. Well, I know where I pretty much know where she is, and he kind of like motions in the direction of the highway over there. Probably fucking pulling tricks for those hammerhead fucks again. I'm pretty sure of that goddamn shit.
So if we wanted to talk to her, that's where we'd have to go?
Yeah, why do you want to talk to her though, man? She ain't worth the time.
She used to hang out with this group. I don't know if you remember them. It was
Talking about those weirdo motherfuckers
exactly.
What was his goddamn name? That Charlie guy and that fucking damn who's that fucking hick Texan?
Just like as he's saying that, just nod.
Yep.
Don't even get me on that fucking weirdos, fucking dirtbag motherfuckers, man, with all their damn shit. What do you want me to say, man? I was fucking young. I was fucking full of goddamn cum, and I fucking met this bitch who I thought I was going to settle down with. I thought I was doing the Superman thing and was getting her out of a bad fucking situation. And I didn't like those people. Well, I mean, like, here's the thing, man, right? You meet a bitch, right? And she may be into some weird shit and have some weird fucking friends, man. So I try to like make them my fucking friends, but I ain't into that weird shit. I'm all about fucking pussy and cars and fucking goddamn drinking and partying, right? And I think I meet the woman that I'm going to have my kids and everything. And so I try to like get along with the friends, and I don't have nothing in common with these fucking weirdos. They all talking about like fucking magic or some stupid gay shit.
Do you know what they try to get you into?
Like, I didn't listen to any of this shit. I'd go party with them because that weirdo, the Texas boy, all had LSD and shit that we can't get around here that much. But eventually one night, like, she wouldn't listen to me, and I almost left her. I almost said fuck her, and I should have said fuck her back then. But instead, she came crying to me one night, knocking on my goddamn fucking trailer door, fucking telling me that she was done with it and she wanted to marry me and she wanted to have a normal life. And I said, fine, and I did it. Next thing I know, man, like a year goes by, and this bitch is all fucking stealing shit from our goddamn trailer, trying to fucking get that new crystal, whatever hopped up shit that these motherfuckers do now. And then we move here to start over again, thinking that, you know, with my disability check from doing construction and everything, that we could maybe start over. And she fucking just disappears one day and said, fuck it. I know she's up there fucking pulling tricks again. And I'm over it. I don't give a shit. And the only reason I'm still fucking married to that bitch is so I can get more money from my disability.
Has she been acting strangely?
Well, I haven't seen that bitch in like 3 years, but like I hear she's still around. But she'd randomly start fucking crying, and then she'd be so fucking hopped up on that fucking crystal shit that she would be like saying she's seeing things, and it wouldn't make no goddamn sense, man. Like I said, I'm all about pussy, alcohol, and partying. You know what I mean? And fucking that bitch is all she's like talking about is some fucking higher plane bullshit. I'm over it. She took her shit one day and she left. I don't want no fucking crystal, whatever they call that new shit. I don't want any of that shit around me. I don't want her around me. I just want to continue on my life like how it is. You see him take another swig, and you realize this guy's like,
all right, Johnny, thanks for talking to us, man. Hey, look, how about you take my number, and if you hear anything, you give us a call, okay? We'll see.
Yeah. Do you let me find a pen here. And you hear like crashing as he's like trying to walk through his apartment. You hear like a lamp fall over and break, and he comes back and he kind of has like a notepad and a pen. He's like very, you know what I mean? Like, here, why don't you go ahead and sign this for me here? Yeah, put your number here, man.
I'm gonna put my name, the number, and call if you hear from Dora, because he's probably not gonna remember this.
Oh yeah, he probably probably won't. You know? Yeah, definitely, man. And as he starts writing it down, yeah, you could definitely tell he kind of like goes and sits on his couch, like he totally forgot he had the conversation with you. And you see him just kind of like start sliding into his couch a little bit.
One more thing.
Yeah.
So, you know, while this is all ending, I'll just put my face real close to his and tell him that, you know, if I ever see you give alcohol to minors again, I'll arrest you.
And you can see, and he's like, oh shit, you're a fucking cop, huh, man? This is before you sat down. But when you
I can be
see
your best
him react
friend,
that way,
or I can be your worst enemy.
Che, when you see Michael talking like that, you have like a flashback of like him when he was a kid, and you see like that intensity like come out for a second there, and you can see like Johnny's just like the fuck, like he's not gonna say anything to this guy. He's just gonna nod his head and yes sir,
really
no sir,
up and just kind of like, oh, he just realized like I was just
And this guy has the "I'll kick your ass" look. So
yeah, he told us a couple times.
So he goes and he like sits down and flops in the chair. So as you, I'm going to cut to Alex and Wayne, and then all of a sudden you see these bikes come as these kids are coming like in a hurry. So you see Che and Michael come walking along there, and it's almost like an impactable bullet, right? You see these two people do. They get to the scene, all says like kids. And you see like 5 of them are riding their bikes like towards you guys, like in a hurry, you know. One's trying to hold a beer in his hand as he's trying to ride his bike, like one of the older kids. And as they ride past, you see 3 of the younger kids like skid their bikes, and they're like 5 feet from you two, and they look at you two, and they're just standing there looking at you two. 2 are white kids, and one's like a Native American kid, and they look at you, and they're like, "What are you doing here? Can I get one of those from you?" The other says, and he points to the cigarette that I'm sure both of you are smoking.
Alex will just look at him. Fuck off.
Get out of here.
Why can't you give me a cigarette, man?
Because you're 12.
Like Boches' shirt. You like Metallica? You like Metallica? You look like you like Metallica. I like Metallica, so why don't you give me a cigarette, man?
I'm going to tell this little kid to fuck off.
Do you got any money? Can we get like $5? The other one asks. Come on, man. You were a kid at one time, weren't you? As you guys are sitting there, they look at you like, man, what the fuck? Fuck you guys. You see, like, well, they ride like 10 feet, and then they turn around like, fuck you, and they give you the finger, and then they ride off afraid that you guys might start like chasing after them and everything like that. And then they take off. As you, Mike, and Che are walking back, you kind of see that interaction, you know, with the 3 kids and those 2. Go ahead, scenes on you guys.
As we're walking back, I want to kind of say to Michael and be like, you know, I could get used to this. So how'd you get to be a cop anyway?
Well, you know, I did lots of sports, and after high school, I kind of asked myself, what do I see myself doing? And I just had a goal, and I stuck with it.
You guys get to the car. Scenes on you guys.
Damn, you cleared those kids out.
You never wanted, like.
Sadly, I do.
And you guys kind of feel like a weird moment where you feel like almost like even more somewhat solidified with just that, you know, you all kind of snicker because you guys were kind of devious at that age, at that time too, you know, so.
Let's get the fuck out of this place. I hate it here.
Yeah,
let's
go ahead. There's before we go, you maybe want to hit up the truck stop and see if she's there. She wasn't here, by the way, guys. Just Johnny.
I think I'll stay in the car.
Mike looks a little upset. You could tell Mike was composed when you guys saw him other times, but would I be correct in that assertion that pretty much like quelling his anger right now, and he looks pretty pissed off?
Yeah, definitely.
So the truck stop's only like 5 miles away. Not even that long. Not even 5 miles. I'd say like 2.5, 3 miles. You know, you guys could easily get there like in 5 minutes in their cars. Is that where you guys are heading to now?
Yeah, I guess, and kind of explain to the other 2 on the way that Johnny said, you know, his wife is promiscuous, sleeping around a lot, and you know that the accusation of prostitution is probably not unfounded, and so he's saying that she's over at the he hasn't seen her in like 3 years, but she's probably over at the truck stop. We could probably find her there if we want to ask her some questions.
So I'm going to suggest that maybe me and Alex check this one out, because we probably are like the greasier looking too. Maybe like the type that would frequent that kind of place. Or
I mean, Che would fit in too. Mike would probably be the best one.
Definitely.
You just keep being angry, bro. You just keep sitting in there like gripping that steering wheel all angry, like, you know. We go talk to some prostitutes. So you guys are heading up there?
Yeah.
You guys drive there. Like, again, doesn't take that long. As you roll into this Husky's truck stop, you see a diner, right? There's an area where trucks can go and fill up, right? And it looks like maybe an area where truckers can go take showers. There's only like 4 trucks there at the moment. You roll into the parking lot. I mean, like, it's like empty. You know what I mean? Like, except for 5 trucks. As you guys roll with your 2 cars into this area, it feels almost finite in the way that you guys are like encroaching into here. You know, like you're in these 2 small cars. You're creeping into such a large area. That's especially, there has some lights that are lighting it up, but like there's the snap almost that's in the air when winter is just about to break through. That you're really feeling that now, especially when you get out. You just kind of feel like, not like a shiver, like the supernatural shit I was saying about the house, but almost like, damn, it's going to be time to put on like a little thicker jacket here soon, you know. And you look out, you can see the stars, man. The stars are just like illuminating at the moment. You know, you can see them up there, but you're really kind of quickly tapped back into reality by what surrounds you, because not only are you feeling finite because of, you know, being in this large parking lot, but you're feeling finite when you look around. All you see is like the prairie, and you see this highway cutting through. You know, you can maybe even see far in the distance kind of some light of the apartment complex, but that's like 3 miles away, you know, so it's not like, feel very like secluded in here, and it's almost like a way station. I mean, in a way it is a way station that's in the middle of this wilderness, like where the boundaries of Bismarck are soon gone into like the open fields that North Dakota is kind of known for at this moment. You guys get out of your car. Mike, you're staying in the car, you said. As you guys get out, let me get a wits and composure and tell me what you all get, please. The 3 of you guys. So what did you get, Wayne?
3.
What did you get, Che?
I had 3.
3? All right. 2, 3. And what did you get, Alex?
Just 1.
So Che, when you are looking out in the field, and you're as you're staring and you're seeing like kind of a slight breeze, like moving like the weeds a little bit, almost like in a calming like wave manner. You're like, wait a second, man. And you're like, we used to camp out here. Like we camped out here one night. I remember specifically like we did, and you're thinking, you're like, and fuck me if I'm wrong, but like seriously, I swear that was like around the time like we stopped hanging out, or you know what I mean? You know, it was like around the end, but you know specifically that like a group of you guys from the group set up a couple tents, and you guys were just going to wreak havoc in town, and you thought this would be a good spot to camp out because, you know what I mean, no one's going to look here for you guys if you need to run off and hide from doing some vandalism or something to that extent. And you're just thinking about that, and as you 2 are sitting there getting out of the car, you kind of see Che looking, kind of have a sterner look as he's looking out at the field that's like, instead of in the direction of where the trucks are at, you know. As you guys are turn around and look, you see where the trucks are parked at for the night. And you see a lone figure kind of like standing like where the wash racks are. And he's like standing, leaning against kind of like a pillar. He's a white guy, kind of got like a kind of a beard gut, has a black leather vest on, a black t-shirt, has like longer gray hair, has a green bandana that's wrapped around his forehead, kind of like a longer beard, and he's smoking a cigarette. From your guys' background, streetwise, you would figure that this guy is probably the type who would know, you know what I mean, about getting services kind of according in this area. And as you see them, you kind of see a chick walking from the truck and walking up to him. Can't really make out quite too much. You can kind of see bare legs a little bit, but they're about 100 feet away, 200 feet away. So you'd have to kind of walk over to them.
I'm going to say to the other 2, it might be a little suspicious if we all kind of go up at the same time. So I'm going to go in the diner. You guys want some pie?
Yeah, I can't say no to that.
So who's going to go up to them?
I'll go up to them.
Are you 2 going to get pie then, Alex and Che?
Yeah. When we get in there, I'm going to take a look to see if any of my regulars from the bar are there.
Oh, no, you don't see. I mean, as a matter of fact, it's a Sunday night. You know what I mean? It's really kind of dead, It's actually just you 2 and all the ladies working behind there. You can kind of hear like her talking to short order cook who's in the background. You're walking up to the guy. And as you walk up to this guy and you're getting closer, you can kind of see he notices you, Wayne, as you're getting closer. And he turns towards you. You see his vest kind of says, like, it says Hammerhead MC, like on one side of like the patch. And then it has like a little like a name tag. And then there's nothing else really too much on the other. It looks kind of bare that you normally see. You kind of put 2 together and you figured that he's part of probably a motorcycle club. And you're not too familiar with them. I mean, you know about them. You know about one called the Dakota Riders, but you heard about that there's like a newer one called the Hammerhead MC there. So scenes on you. He looks at you as you're kind of walking up to him.
I'm gonna give him like a nod, and as I get closer, I'm just gonna say, hey man, you look like the guy to talk to. My friend told me about a girl who hangs out here. Her name's Dora, and she likes to party, I guess.
Yeah, she fucking does, man. He's like, you kind of see him. He's like, it's gonna cost you $25. You can have her for like a half hour.
Okay, yeah, sounds great. I'm gonna just shuffle some like crumpled up bills out of my pocket and kind of just try to hand it discreetly.
He sits there and he's like flattening it out, making sure there's enough there. And he kind of takes it and he rolls it up and he puts it in his pocket. And he looks around, he's like, bitch. And you see like fucking, you see this chick come walking along. And you realize it was the chick you saw walking from the trucks, but now she's walking back around. She is about rather tall for being a member of the fair sex, like 5'10", but she's very, very, like very malnourished looking. She's wearing these acid wash blue jean, like shorts that look like they were cut maybe to be Daisy Dukes at one moment, but they definitely do not fit her properly. So there's this, you see it and it's almost like this, like a, almost supposed to be attractive, these shorts, but instead you see like a sickness pallor to her thighs. You see some like dimples, but she's not large enough to have dimples. You know what I mean? And you just see like bruises on her legs, and she has this oddly like thick like purple sweater on that's like almost has like the shag carpeting kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like where it has tassels to it, but it's not supposed to go like with an outfit like this at all. And you see she has this perm, like a really, really, really like tight curled perm, but she has blonde hair, but it's almost like a type of perm that old ladies get, you know. And her face, she has really bad acne on her face, and her teeth, you know, she sits and she smiles, and it's almost like she's trying to touch that alpha in you, that sense that every man has, that a woman feels they have to fake or has to act a certain way to get a reaction out of you, and she's trying to like touch that part of you by smiling and trying to like to feign being sexy, but you find it has like the opposite reaction to you, especially like this kick you're on now where it's like faith and being chosen, you know what I mean? And you see this and it's almost like a despair that sense you get from her. But she comes walking up there and she's like, you got a truck here, honey? Or you're the one who came in the car, and you smell her breath and you could smell just like the rotting of teeth, almost like it smells like fecal matter that when she talks to you, and you can smell BO as she's standing, you know, as she like she hasn't put on deodorant, but you smell a very faint trace of like some cheap like Kmart perfume, but that does not cover the body odor at all. And then she's like motioning, is that your car over there, honey? Is that where you want to go spend some time at?
Yeah, come over here, sweetheart. Maybe we can go be someplace quiet over here. And I'm gonna lead her to the car, which I'm assuming nobody else is really hanging around at this point, right?
Well, Mike's in his own car, but there's another car and everything. Yeah. So she kind of goes towards the car.
So
she's holding your hand. She's kind of like rubbing your chest a little bit, and she's even kind of like trying to reach down to your crotch area while walking. And you know what I mean? As you get to the car, and
I'm gonna try to play it cool till we actually get to the car, and then maybe I'll be gentlemanly and open the door for her, let her in.
All right.
And then I'm gonna get in myself.
She gets in the car. She kind of looks at you. She's like, "So what do you want, honey?"
I actually just want to talk to you. Just don't jump out yet. Listen, I just have to ask you a few questions. I'll give you some extra money, and I'm gonna take the joint out of my shirt pocket. And how about this? You wanna? I'm just gonna say, look, don't get freaked out. I just have a few things I need to ask you. Okay? This isn't the usual kind of thing.
And she kind of is looking at the biker, like the direction the biker guy came from. But you see him, like he's talking to another chick. So you guys are kind of actually, you know what I mean, on your own terms. She's like
private. Okay.
Yeah. She's like, yeah. She's like, what? Are you lonely? Like, what do you want?
I'm looking into something for somebody. There was a person that I knew a long time ago, about 10 years ago. And I have this, her name was Amanda. Porter.
And you see she kind of sits back a little bit for a second, and she's like looking at you, you know.
And I want to try to read if that name kind of, if that sparks anything, if I would be able to pick up on that at all.
Yeah, definitely. I'll let you roll a wit and empathy. Hey, Che and Alex, you see her walk to the car with him, and you see them in the car right now. You can kind of make out they're talking.
I'm
So I don't
just
know if
going
you
to
guys want to
pray
stay.
that he's not going to actually screw this hooker in my Jeep. Because if it's not Michael's car, it's mine. So
Yeah, it's your car. Yeah, he's sitting there, but they may be smoking a joint. But you know, who knows?
Which I definitely should have gotten permission for, but I'm just trying to wing it here.
Tell it shocks her real quick. You could definitely tell it has an impact on her. You know what I mean? She's sitting there
Does
trying
this
to take a
name
drag.
mean anything to you?
Who are you?
Look, I'll explain everything. It's just I just need to find out some more about my old friend here. I mean, I'm sure if you think back, you can remember something about this person.
I can remember her, and you see her like she starts like scratching these like it looks like she's constantly scratching her arm, like she has these little like scabs all over the place. She's like she's like lifting up her sweater, and you know what I mean, and kind of doing it, and then she'll put the sweater down. She's like, I remember her. I haven't heard that name in such a long time. Oh, and she's kind of rubbing her head, and you could like she's trying to form a coherent thought, and she's like, and as she's talking, you could smell the breath, by the way, just like it's hitting you like waves. You know what I mean? Like that you're in this enclosed area, and she's like, a girl that she died in California. Why are you asking me about her?
Well, I'll just say that somebody has asked me to look into some things about what happened back then, and I have this memory of you.
You do?
You're outside of a house. You're yelling at her. Something I remembered from.
You see her shaking her head. You see like a tear, like you see some tears start coming out of her eyes. And she's trying to like wipe them away and everything like that. And she's like,
I'm gonna apologize to her and maybe put my hand on her shoulder and then remove it because I don't want to overstep any boundaries there. You know, like freak her out too much because I'm already doing something that's kind of really weird. So
definitely. She's just kind of like tears are coming down. She looks out. You can see like the lights from the truck stop kind of like glistening off the bad skin, greasy skin, and the tears. And she's like, "Yeah, I remember that day. That was they just wanted to scare her. It was a crazy time in my life."
Can you tell me about what happened?
She upset a friend of mine that I lived with, and he wanted her to get the point. He just wanted to scare her to like leave him alone. It was such a crazy time. His name was Charlie. I really don't care anymore. I don't even know where these fucking people are anymore. His name was Charlie, and he was special to me at the time. He was someone who could give me answers, you know? And she kind of looks at you. You get this moment when she looks at you and she says, you know, that like there is like a real person underneath this shell of just shell of who she is now, you know, that at one time that this disgusting person was normal, you know what I mean, and was able to have discussions and coherent thoughts and stuff like that. He was someone very special to me, and he was someone who helped. It's like I had a hole inside of me. I had a hole in my spirit, and I wanted to believe in something, and I wanted to fill it with knowledge, and he was the one. He was someone who was filling that with knowledge. Do you understand what I mean by that? Have you ever had that where like you feel like there's not answers for you, that there's not anything that is up there for you, but someone reminds you that there is, that there's a higher purpose to everything? Have you ever felt that?
I know all about that, honey.
And that's what Charlie was. I met him at a bar. I was young. God, it was so long ago. I was like in my 20s, my early 20s, and he told me about like enlightening ourselves and opening up our minds and expanding our consciousness, and like Aleister Crowley. Like, you ever hear that name thrown around before? He always talked about this Aleister Crowley guy, this guy who in England learned all these mystical secrets, and with that he found like peace, and he shared it with people. And that's what Charlie wanted. He wanted us to expand our minds and to. He was different than all this. He was different than this town. He was brighter than this town. He was confined in this town, and he wanted to tear down those boundaries, and he wanted to share with all of us and put us all on the same level that we felt that he was on. And she just looks out the window again. She's like, but it got weird after a little while. Like, me and Charlie, we started, you know, we got serious, and I moved in with him, and And she looks out the window again. She rolls down the window a little bit, and she lights that joint that you gave her, you know. And we met others. We met some people in Mandan, and he started changing. Like he wasn't inspiring like I found him to be. Matter of fact, he got like, I don't even know if I believe this stuff he was talking about at first about like magical rites and doing all this new Aquarius hippie stuff that wherever on the West Coast. But he started taking to another level, and he met this guy named Jay. He was probably the other man that you saw with us who had these really heavy drugs that we weren't used to. And he started having us taking these drugs and doing this stuff. He had these folks in Mandan that he was doing it, but he got more intense and more just almost insane with what he was wanting to do. He started talking about wanting to like for us to do these rituals. You know, it was all sex before. That's all it was before. It was like we'd have sex and we'd do these rituals, and was like he called it sex magic. But then he wanted to start killing things. He wanted to like start like sacrificing like chickens or livestock or anything to that extent. You know, like smaller animals to help him with these rituals. But people started getting weirded out. So then he had us take more drugs. He said we weren't fully expanded yet at that time. And soon he had me sleeping with Jay. Because we didn't have money for Jay's drugs anymore. So he told me to like seduce Jay. And I did. And Jay moved in with us. And soon I found out that us three were doing crazier things than he was having other folks in Mandan do. But noticing that like he was hiding something, and I figured it out that like the drug use and the LSD, which I stopped taking after a while, wasn't to help him with what he was trying to accomplish. It was to help him hide something. And one day he was really messed up, and he spoke about Welkstetter, and I didn't understand what he was saying. And I think maybe he was trying to tell me that like that was his real name. But then when I confronted him the next day after he came down and he was somewhat functional again, he acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. But then eventually like he met another girl. I don't remember exactly when it started or how it happened. She was an Indian girl, and she was a really beautiful Indian girl, but like she was different than us. And he wouldn't tell her about the stuff we were doing. And he was saying she was special and that there was something different in her that needed that it was going to change him. And all I know is Amanda one day saw her walking down the same street, because Amanda lived on the same street as we did, and tried to warn this girl not to like hang out with us. And the girl listened to Amanda, and I guess Charlie like overheard or saw them talking and walked up and told Amanda to leave her alone. And the rest is lost with time. I don't know what else to say about it.
Why would Amanda warn this girl? Was it just because she knew you guys liked to party or whatever? Or did she know about any of the weirder stuff you guys did?
I think she knew about some of the weirder stuff. I think she tried to get like Jay to stop because she knew Jay, and I think Jay told her some stuff, and then so she thought maybe she thought this Jay was I don't know, like she thought Jay couldn't be helped, and she thought this Christine chick could be helped. Her name was like Christine Crow or Eagle or some Indian name like that. I don't know.
To ask her, when was the last time you saw Charlie? Do you know what he's doing nowadays?
I don't know. Mike, give me the normal wits and composure roll while you're in the other car right now.
5 dice. That's
all right. So 1 success. So you're sitting there, Mike, and you're like squeezing the steering wheel, clenching your jaw, and you turn around, you look out of your passenger window, and this is when she's like kind of looking out the window, and you're like, and there's a moment where like you see her face, and you realize this is the chick that you saw that was scratching her face like over and over and over again in the house, and just out of like reflex, you like just kind of like hit the window of your passenger door, you know, like it's almost like an anger reflex, you know what I'm saying? And like the window cracks a little bit, and you can kind of just see her look shocked, and she turns around and looks at you, Wayne, and you're looking at her, and you see like on Mike's car, you see the windshield crack, you see just him looking like he's looking like it's kind of scary, you know what I mean? Like pretty intense Wayne that you see at the moment.
I'm gonna want to go check on Mike, but I'm gonna like before like she gets freaked out and hops out of the car or something, I want to just like jot down my phone number for her, or maybe see if there's any way that I could get in contact with her. And I'm just going to say, listen, you've helped me out a lot, and I know this is like maybe painful stuff to remember, but if you think of anything or you need some kind of help or something like that, just give me a call, and maybe there's a better place or time we can talk about this kind of stuff.
She's like, yes, hurry up and give it to me. And she gets out of the car real quick. Mike, you see her walking in a hurry, and she's like looking at you, and you're still like in this intense mode. Alex, give me a wits and composure roll, good sir. We'll see what Alex gets here. Success is, as you're sitting there, you're obviously looking at the cars like, what the fuck? You don't see the cracked windshield, but you see the chick get out and walking hurriedly back towards the trucks. And you see, as you're sitting there, out of the corner of your eye, you see an olive green pickup truck, like the lights get turned on and to roll into the parking spot. You see the door open up, the passenger door. You see that large Native American guy. He has like a flannel shirt on and blue jeans and cowboy boots. And you see him walking towards the entrance of the diner, and he opens the door, and you hear the bells go ding.
Hello, folks. Have you ever wished you could have an easy way to find gameplay videos and podcasts, or just media in general that deals with your favorite White Wolf role-playing games? Or have you ever wished you could find a forum to share gameplay that you have recorded, one which wouldn't be drowned out by random posts and discussion, so that your media could get the attention you want? Well, we have the answer for you in a Facebook group we run called White Wolf RPGs Gameplay and Media. The group is specifically ran with the sole intent of it being a one-stop shop for people to view or share media involving the games we all love. We take thorough steps to ensure the page does not become cluttered and is easy to traverse. We are currently over 1,000 members strong, and we are continuing to rapidly grow with new media being shared every day. Stop on by. We hope to see you there. High Level Games, the industry's first choice in taking your games to the next level. We are a podcast blog and new media network at highlevelgames.ca. We have blog posts about all of your favorite games going up 5 days a week, and a podcasting network with actual plays and shows that discuss role-playing games, with more rolling out all the time. We are on iTunes, Twitch, and YouTube. Find out more information at highlevelgames.ca, a site that certainly isn't controlled by a shadowy board of directors of otherworldly origin. That's highlevelgames.ca.
Please, help. They're coming.